Are you a big fan of anime where the MC is as strong as a god? Would you like to know about some of the most overpowered MCs out there? Well, you're in luck as this is the place to come to find out. Welcome back to Comet's Top 5s, where today we will be counting down our picks for the top 5 anime where the MC is as strong as a god. Since we got so many characters that are as strong as a god, we decided to do a part 2. So, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, as well as click that bell icon for notifications on upcoming content. With that said, let's jump right into our top 5 picks, shall we? Number 5. Tatsuya. When talking about anime MCs that are as strong as a god, we can't forget Tatsuya from the Irregular at Magic High School. In this anime, we get to follow Tatsuya and Miyuki Shiba as they attend First High School. Tatsuya acts like Miyuki's guard, as she is the next head of the Yotsuba clan. The school splits its students into 2 groups, with Miyuki being in first course, while Tatsuya was in second course. Now, I wouldn't say this makes Tatsuya inept at magic, as the school just doesn't have the standards to grade his abilities. To start out, everything I'm about to mention, Tatsuya is able to do with his limited powers, as his sister Miyuki is his limiter and a good chunk of his power is sealed away. Even with his abilities sealed, Tatsuya is still insanely powerful outside the standards of this world's magic. I could tell you all the ways he is, but I think I'm just going to mention the most important. Let's start with his genius level intellect, and him being able to not only create new sequences for CADs, but also read a CAD sequence in seconds from an enemy to neutralize it. Tatsuya also has an extremely high Scion count, which allows him to cause insane damage through sheer willpower. Like most people of this world, he doesn't actually have to use an activation sequence to use magic either. Now, for time's sake, I will only go into one of his insane abilities, Regrowth. If you want to know more about him, go check out the anime. Regrowth allows him to read the information of an object for up to 24 hours in the past and restore it to its original form. This allows him to restore his own body or heal someone of a fatal injury. Talk about a broken ability, and the obvious reason why he had to make our list. I feel like putting him at number 5 is kind of nerfing his abilities, but let me know down in the comments below if you think he ranks higher. Number 4. Meliodas. Now, we couldn't have a Strong as a God Part 2 list without the Dragon Sin of Wrath and leader of the 7 Deadly Sins, Meliodas. One of the reasons Meliodas stands out is that he not only has the Secret Treasure Lost Vein, but he also has the demon ability Full Counter, which allows him to counter any magical attack back at the user with even more power behind it. This always makes his battles so much fun to watch, as he will almost always full counter an opponent's attack back at them at the very last minute, causing lots of destructive damage. Despite Meliodas' size and being the owner of a tavern known as the Boar Hat, he is not someone you want to mess with, especially in his demon form. His demon form gives him stronger powers of regeneration, and makes him lightning quick with his sword. One should expect that from the potential candidate for the Demon Lord. And don't get me started if you mess with his friends or Elizabeth. I mean, come on, Meliodas has literally gone up against both the Goddess of the Angels and the Demon Lord, and he's came out on top. It'd be a joke not to have him on our list. Number 3. Dark Schneider. Now, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to talk about this bastard from the Netflix anime, Bastard. We just had to talk about Dark Schneider when referring to characters that are strong as a god due to the fact he was literally such a feared opponent for taking over the entire world, he had to be sealed away inside the body of a child when he was reincarnated. If you haven't seen Bastard on Netflix, let me explain. In this anime, nearly 4 centuries before the main story takes place, the demon Anthrazax was slain by the Dragon Knight, plunging the world into chaos. The story starts with the kingdom of Metallicana being attacked by the Dark Rebel army, who wants to break all the seals and resurrect Anthrazax. With this attack, the High Priest asks his daughter Yoko to awaken Dark Schneider, the Dark Wizard and former leader of the Dark Rebel army, who was reincarnated and sealed into the body of Lucian Renlin, the child she babysat. Of course, to break the seal on Dark Schneider, it has to be done by a pure maiden with a kiss. This anime primarily follows Yoko, Dark Schneider, and Lucian as they try to find a balance with helping the world and helping themselves. It is a rather dark, harem-esque anime, but nonetheless, it is an anime that will leave you laughing your ass off. Number 2. Saitama. Have you ever wanted to defeat an enemy with one punch? Well, Saitama from One Punch Man is able to do just that, and it's because of this ability he feels no real excitement when fighting villains. Oftentimes, he seeks out dangerous foes just to see if they will actually last against this obviously broken ability. Along the way, he picks up a cyborg sidekick Genos, and they join the Hero Association to gain notability, but only Genos gets rank S, while Saitama gets rank C for failing the written exam. Together, they live in his apartment, as Genos tries to learn how Saitama became as strong as he is. For those of you who don't know how he obtained this insane strength, he got it by doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day for a year and a half. Yes, I know it sounds ridiculous, and nobody in the anime really believes him when he says it, but regardless of how he got these insane powers, he's still someone I wouldn't want to mess with. Not to mention, this training was so intense, it caused all of his hair to fall out, leaving him bald. If you want an anime with intense fight scenes that are overly comedic because of its MC, then One Punch Man is the anime for you. Now, we can't have a top 5 list without some honorable mentions. Godo. Now, what honorable mentions list would be complete without a legit god killer on it? Campione follows Godo Kusanagi, who is tasked by his grandfather to return a stone tablet to a friend of his in Sardinia. Of course, after running into Erika Blandelli, he ends up squaring off against the god of war, Varathragna. After killing said god, he obtains the 10 incarnations, which give him specialized abilities in certain situations, which he uses to take down other gods. Going forward, he has the task of fighting gods who abuse their power and hurt the people they are supposed to protect. It is quite funny to watch Goto fight alongside Erika and other girls as a Campione, as he oftentimes has no idea what he's doing, but in the end, if you want a good laugh, Campione is a good watch. Kazuma Yagami. Now, I couldn't resist putting Kazuma Yagami on our honorable mentions list from Kaze no Stigma, because as a contractor of the Wind Spirit King, he is insanely powerful. Kazuma is able to directly draw power from the wind spirits around him, making him a very dangerous opponent, as in this world, contractors directly to a spirit are rare. In one particular clan, a member would make a contract with a spirit, and then the whole family would be able to use said ability of the spirit. In this case, Kazuma wasn't able to use the fire element of his clan, so he was kicked out by his father, the clan leader, after he was defeated by his younger cousin Ayano. This anime mainly follows Kazuma, Ayano, and his little brother Ren, and their adventures fighting against those who would use their abilities for evil. Number 1. Leo Demonheart. Now, what I like about Leo Demonheart from I'm Quitting Heroing is that he is so insanely powerful that he wants to help the recently defeated Demon Lord rebuild her army. I'm Quitting Heroing takes the classic isekai hero genre and turns it on its head with Leo. This anime follows Leo Demonheart, a hero that was created to fight against the demons invading the world. In his fight as the hero, he decided that he did not need the help of a party, as his ability allowed him to copy any abilities used against him. With this, he decided to take on the Demon Lord and her army by himself. He is successful in defeating all of her generals and the Demon Lord herself, but upon this victory, the humans began to fear him becoming the next Demon Lord, leading to the king telling Leo he wasn't needed anymore as the hero. Since the hero was casted out by the humans he swore to protect, Leo decided to focus on helping Echidna rebuild her army and retrieve the Philosopher's Stone to bring life back to her dying realm. Of course, he can't do that as the hero who defeated her, so he disguised himself as a mercenary with the help of the 4 generals, as he works behind the scenes to rebuild what he destroyed. Well, that's our picks for part 2 of the top 5 anime where the MC is as strong as a god. What do you think of our top 5? What anime would you have added or changed? You can let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, as well as click that bell icon for notifications on upcoming content as it comes out. As always, thanks for tuning into Comet's Top 5s, and I will see you on our next top 5 video.